Hello everyone, and we are back to fractions. We have already gone through two classes about fractions, and in this class we shall study about comparing fractions. Comparison means whether one is less than or greater than or equal to such type. And what did we study earlier? The types of fractions, what are fractions, and then plotting of fractions on a number line. And now comparison, there are almost four techniques. There are more than that actually, but four basic techniques you can say that is being used. In your label or in your book they teach only one, the other one they hardly use it. They say it but they don't use it. That is the numerator equalization. By equalizing the numerator we can compare fractions. By equalizing the denominator we can compare fractions. And then there is another technique called multiplication. Okay, the numerator and the denominator of the other one is being multiplied, and the denominator of the first one and the numerator of the first one is being multiplied. However, when to use it and how to use it becomes very important. Just because you have one technique and you will use it everywhere doesn't make it easy or doesn't make it the correct way of doing a problem. We always need to choose the correct way of doing the problems. Alright, the easiest way, the shortest way, that is what should be our approach. And when we have a clear-cut concept about how to go through it, then you can get it. Alright, so we are going to discuss about that now. And the fourth one is approximation, which is quite tougher for your level because there are many things probably you don't know that I have to teach you earlier, and then that approximation becomes more easier. However, I will show you one or two examples about that also, and I will give you one tip on that related to that. Okay, let's start about comparing the fractions. So what do we have? Let us take the first condition, that is equalizing the numerator. Alright, so the first technique would be equalizing the numerator, and I will just write numerator as NR. I will not write NUMERATOR. Sorry, I know the spelling. NUMERATOR, numerator. Okay, so don't think that I don't know the spelling. Anyway, equalizing the numerator, I'm just writing NR so that it is short for now. So what happens when the numerators are equal? Let us see what happens. For example, let us take 10 by 2. Okay, and let us take another fraction, 10 by 5. So what do you see? We have the numerators equal, right? The numerators are equal, they are 10 in both cases. But what do we have in our denominator? We have 2 and 5. So you definitely know the multiplication table of 2 and 5. So what is 2 into 5? 2 into 5 is 10, right? So if we divide this 10 in the numerator by 2, we are going to get an answer to be 5. So ultimately 10 by 2 is equal to 5, right? And similarly 10 by 5 is equal to 2, and you definitely know how to compare it. 5 is less than or greater than 2. 5 is greater than 2. Now do we need to do all those things, all those division and then comparing it to just tell whether 10 by 2 is greater or less than 10 by 5? No, we don't need to do so much. What we shall do is, you need to learn a rule that when the numerator is same, then the fraction with the smaller denominator. Now this fraction 10 by 2 has a smaller denominator than the other fraction, right? Than the other fraction. In this fraction the denominator is 5 and here the denominator is 2. So the fraction with the smaller denominator, remember, the fraction with the smaller denominator is greater than the fraction with the bigger denominator. Now we need some more examples for that. Things will be clear then. Alright, so let us have another one. Let me give you 11 by 7 and 11 by 9. Now which one is greater? Here in the first fraction, this entire thing is the fraction, okay? 11 by 9. 11 is the numerator, 7 is the denominator. I'm just repeating so that things are clear to you. Alright, so 7 is the denominator of the first fraction and 7 is less than 9, right? 7 is less than 9. So this fraction will be greater than the second one. The first fraction will be greater than the second one because in the second one the denominator is larger than the first one. So if the numerators are same, what we need to do? We just need to check the denominator which has the smaller denominator. The fraction which has the smaller denominator is greater than the other one. Is it simple? Quite simple, right? I know, but we need to test it also. And while I give you the example, you need to say me whether which one is the correct answer. You need to guess it yourself while I am telling it to you. So 7, let me give you a very big number, 7, 9, 8, 6, 4, that's the numerator, and in the denominator we have 8, 6, 1, quite big, na? Very tough. Let's see how tough it is. Again I'm writing 7, 9, 8, 6, 4 divided by 781. Now which one is bigger? Which fraction is bigger? You need to tell me that, not which denominator is bigger. By looking at the denominator you can tell which fraction will be greater. So you have 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have guessed it. Now let me tell you the answer. Here you have 781 the denominator and here you have 861 the denominator. The numerator in both cases are same. Hence the fraction with the smaller denominator will be greater. So that means this is greater than this first fraction. So how do we write it? Obviously we give this sign, right? Less than sign. So because this first fraction is less than the second one because this is greater. Okay, so next part. So this is done with numerator, quite easy. Even if the number, don't get scared with what numbers are written, just observe numbers. Numbers are your friends, just observe them and they will tell you all their secrets. Alright, you just need to observe them, so don't get scared looking at them. So let's see what is there on the next part. So in equalizing the numerator, what is the rule do we write? The denominator, the fraction bad handwriting, the fraction with the smaller denominator is greater than which one? Greater than what? Greater than the other fraction, greater than the other fraction. Now when is it greater? There is a very important condition in that, when numerators are equal. Alright, so when numerators are equal, only then it is greater. So we shall write when you write numerator, okay, I am writing n. When numerator of two fractions are equal. Okay, so when numerators of two fractions are equal, then the fraction with the smaller denominator is greater than the other fraction. That's it. So what will happen in case of denominator? Alright, if you write it down, so in this statement only you will see how I make the changes. Alright, so instead of numerator, now I am writing when. I need to change the point also. So now what will happen if the denominator are same? So when denominator of two fractions are equal, then what happens? The fraction with the smaller, we have to look now for the numerator, not the denominator. With the smaller numerator is greater. No, it will be smaller only. Okay, so these are the changes. When it is smaller, then it is smaller when the denominators are equal. So when the denominators are same, then how to compare them? You just look at the numerator. Whichever numerator will be smaller, that fraction will be smaller. But in case of equalizing the numerator, things are just opposite, right? Just opposite. For denominator it is quite simple, and that is the reason they go on teaching you the denominator thing. But not always the denominator thing is useful, because sometimes it becomes tough. We have to make the denominator same, and then it becomes easier. But making the denominator same is tedious, it is laborious, it is tiresome, and you will see why. I'll show you some examples and you will get there. Okay, so let us compare first. And we will see how we shall use these rules, because that is the basic things that you are going to learn in this class about fractions. So what do we have? Let us take one number 27 by 32, and let us take 21 by 32. In both cases you have the denominator same, right? So we can directly compare whenever the numerators or the denominators both are same. Alright, not exchanged together, like not numerator is ऐसा हो गया कि ये 32 है और ये 32 है. So this kind of comparison won't happen. It will be always linear comparison, like that, denominator with denominator, numerator with numerator, like that. Alright, and this cross thing, it is your third technique, and I'll show you that whatever, because that is very useful at times. So in this case, what you see, the denominators are same, and hence we can compare the numerators. So which is greater, 27 or 21? ये भी मुझे सवाल पूछना पड़ेगा, and then you will think and then you will answer. Till now you should have answered it only. So 27 is greater than 21, and hence this fraction 27 by 32 is greater than 21 by 32. So that's quite easy, right? When the denominators are same, you can just compare it. Let us write some other fraction. Okay, so what do we write? Let us write which year are we living in? We are living in 2020. So let's write 20 and 20. and here also let us make the denominator same, 20 20, and then let us see what do we have. Let us give here 59 and here 150. Which one is greater? Obviously 150 is greater than 59, right? 150 is greater than 59, hence we put the less than sign here because 59 is less than 150. Here the denominators are same, so we have nothing else to do here, just put the signs directly. Now we shall discuss this point 1 and point 2, the rule 1 and rule 2 in a bit detail. That means when the denominators are not same, what do you do then? Or when the numerators are not same, what do you do then? Alright, for example, what was that? Did you listen the sound? Probably an aeroplane just crashed in my home. No, it's a truck which passed by. So what is 2 by 3, and let me take a smaller one for you now, and I shall go to the bigger one, 3 by 5. Do we have the denominator same? No, we don't have the denominator same. In one we have the denominator 3, in the other we have the denominator 5, and they are not same. But you can see this denominator here is same as the denominator here. So numerator here, not denominator. This is numerator, not denominator. So can we compare? Oh no, not like that. That kind of comparison rule is not there. However, that cross multiplication thing, as I told you, I'm going to use it. So we need to make the denominator same. So how do we make the denominator same? By taking an LCM first. So we need to know the LCM of the denominators 3 and 5. So what is the LCM of 3 and 5? Now 3 and 5 are prime numbers, so don't go to write this LCM of 3 and 5, alright, please. So don't do this kind of thing, they are both prime numbers. Instead, let me give you a non-prime number. So if it is 15 here, are you going to do it like this? Then what you will do? If it is 15, will you write 3 and 15 and do the factorization? No, don't do that, please. You should know those kind of multiplication. Now if any one is a multiple of the other, for example here 15 is a multiple of 3, right? This 15 is a multiple of 3 of this denominator, so your LCM will be 15 directly. And some people actually multiply these two. No, that is not your LCM, please don't do that. LCM is quite easy, right? How do we get LCM? We don't need to factorize every time like that. Only for quite a big numbers we factorize, otherwise we just go for the multiplication table and we can calculate which one is great, which one will be the LCM or something in most cases, you know. We'll show some examples there later on. If you have confusions, just tell me, inform me, and I'll tell you. So don't do this multiplication also. Here the LCM is 15, so we need to make both the denominators 15. So what do we do to make both the denominators 15? Automatically you can see that the second one is already 15, that is the LCM, right? LCM of 3 and 15. We don't need to do anything as in there. So we need to make this 3 15. So we multiply the number with such a number such that it will become 15. So 3 should be we write this fraction first, 2 by 3, and extend the line, and then what should we multiply to 3 to make it 15? Obviously 5, right? So 3 should be multiplied to 5. So since we multiplied the denominator with 5, we have to multiply it with the numerator. Remember this very nicely, that if you multiply a number to the numerator, then you have to multiply it to the denominator also. Only then the fractions will be same. Alright, for example 2 by 3 is also equal to 2 into 5 by 3 into 5. They are called equivalent fractions. Alright, any fraction is equivalent to infinite number of fractions. And how do we get in equivalent fractions? By simply multiplying any number or any integer with the numerator as well as the denominator, both of them, not one. अगर किसी एक को मल्टीप्लाई किया, बस इसको किया और ऊपर नहीं किया, then it is wrong, वो गलत हो जाएगा, ठीक है. एंड क्यों गलत होगा? It's quite simple. Like see, what is 10 by 2? 10 divided by 2. Let us take it. You know that, right? That is equal to 5. Now I am saying that let me say what is 20 by 4. 20 by 4 is also equal to 5, right? So with 10 I can, if I multiply 2, what shall I get? And with 2, what if I multiply 2, what shall I get? I shall get 20 here, and here I shall get 4. Now this is same as 20 by 4, right? So as you can say, 10 by 2 also we got 5, and 20 by 4 also we got 5. But here with 10 by 2 we multiplied another number 2 to both of them, yet the value remains same, right? Hence it is same. Now if we don't multiply to both of them, say only we multiply with let us multiply with, since we have not studied decimal yet, let us multiply with just the first one. So this becomes 20 and the denominator shall become 2. So what is 20 by 2? That is equal to 10. So when we are multiplying only the numerator and not multiplying with the denominator, is the fraction remaining same value? No, it's the value changes. It is 10 and here it is 5. Hence the fraction doesn't remain same. Here also it is 5, right? But here, so the fraction doesn't remain same. Eraser, I need eraser, not the pen. So now what do we get? We have here 2 into 5 is 10, 3 into 5 is 15, and here we have 3 by 15. Now as you can see, the denominators are same, right? So when the denominators are same, how can you compare them? Whichever is greater. So 10 is greater, whichever numerator is greater, so 10 is greater than 3, so just put a greater than sign. Quite simple. Similarly, can we do it for numerators? Yes, we can do it for numerators also, but only the rules are opposite of this. If it is the greater becomes smaller, right? So let us do the same thing using the numerators. Sometimes numerators are easier. Why? Because sometimes denominator becomes quite tough. Let me give you some tough denominators. For example, let me give you 31, and let me give you 152. Yes. Now find the LCM of 31 and 152, right? Do you understand what is the problem now? 31 into 152, you keep on multiplying. Now do the multiplication, do it in your copy, okay? Pause it and do it in your copy, and then you will understand why this is tough. Alright, 31 and 152, obviously it will take a lot of time, but see the numerators, man. As I told you, observe the numbers. Now what you have here? You have 2, you have 3, and these numerators are quite easy to make it to do the multiplication, right? So 2 and 3, what is the LCM? Now 2 and 3 are prime numbers. 2 is a prime number, 3 is also a prime number. So their LCM will be multiplication of both of them. So it's quite simple, just multiply it. So I shall multiply 3, wait, what is the 2 one? Yeah, 2. I need to multiply 3 here, and I need to multiply this 3 we are multiplying here, and this 3 this 2 we are multiplying here. Now this exchange we are doing only because they are prime numbers, otherwise we have to do the LCM thing. Just like the denominator we did LCM, here also we have to take the LCM only, but since they are prime numbers, so multiplication is quite simple. Now remember what I told you, if you are multiplying something with the numerator, then you have to multiply with the denominator also, and if you are multiplying something with the denominator, you have to multiply the numerator also. So since we have multiplied a 3, so we have to multiply a 3 here also and a 2 here also. So however, this numerator multiplication is quite simple, that is equal to 6 in both cases, right? And I shall not write like this, I shall write that is I dot E dot comma, that is the numerator is 6 in both cases. Now here also we have to do multiplication, but you see multiplying 31 with 152 is easier, or 31 into 3 and 152 into 2 is easier. Now see, 31 into 3, how do I do it? How do you do? You'll do 3 into 1 and then 3 into 3. Yes, it's quite simple in this case, so you can just write 93, that is simple. But I normally do the left multiplication from the left side, not from the right side. You people do from the right side, I do it from the left side. And left side multiplication is easier when you want to do it in mental multiplication. Now can you tell me what is the double of 152? I can tell you, it is 304. You do the multiplication, you keep on doing. Okay, let me ask you the double of, let me give you another number, the double of 159. What is the double of 159? It is 318. It's quite simple, because I am doing the left side of multiplication, and I will teach you those techniques, but for some day else. This doubling and doing the half of a number is very important, it's very useful. How to double it and how to half any number. It helps you in lot of cases. Anyway, this is how much I told you, 304. Now since the numerators are equal, you can look at the denominator. So what did I say? Whichever is smaller is greater. So 93 here is smaller than 304, so it will be greater, right? So if I would have written this fraction on the right side and this fraction on the left side, that is, if I would have written, let me say 93 here and 304 here, then what would be the sign? तब less than होगा या greater than होगा? Listen, this number out here is 93 is less than 304, so that means the fraction is greater than this fraction. Now this fraction is greater than this fraction, but since this one is written on the left hand side, so we give the less than sign here. So less than, greater than, I hope you know that, right? How to exchange them. If you have confusions, tell me, we will do a separate video for that. And then anyway, so you see how things become easier, right? Now look at this very number, and using the same number I am going to teach you the third technique that I told you, cross multiplication. How cross multiplications become very easier. We did not had this 3 and we did not had this 2. Now we need to multiply first this numerator with this denominator. Okay, so 2 into 152, that is equal to 300, and then we need to multiply 31 with 3, so that is 93, and we write it here. So now compare between them. 304 is greater than 93, right? So in this fraction, 2 by 31 is greater than 3 by 152. Ta-da! It's all done. It's quite simple, isn't it? So it depends, not always we shall follow this technique, but by looking at the number, by observing the number, we shall see which technique is easiest for us, right? So how do we write it? Let me show you the writing technique, this one. So we write it. First you are going to start with here only, always the left hand side. 2 into 152 is equal to 304, and there you write 31 into 3 is equal to 93. So therefore, now since 304 is greater than 93, therefore 2 by 31 is greater than 3 by 152. Okay, that's it. That's how you write it. Now what if this was less than? If we got a number multiplying these two numbers, if we got multiplying this numerator of the first fraction and denominator of the second fraction, if we multiply and if we get it less than the multiplication of these two, then less than, and if it is equal, then equal, right? No problem, it's quite easy. If it is less than, then less than. If it is equal, then equal. If it is greater than, then greater than. Just put it, no problem. So quite easy, right? So what is the problem here to use it every time? This is the problem. Say I am giving you 93 by 429, and here I am giving you 58 by 106. This is where the problem lies. Multiply 93 into 106, multiply 429 into 58. Obviously that becomes tough, right? It becomes lengthy, hence we don't. Also, but yet that is easier than taking the LCM here. Taking the LCM and then doing the multiplication, it is easier than that technique. We can also take the LCM of the numerators and do this. That is also possible. But however, in this kind of cases, we use the approximation technique. However, that is not in your course, and we shall not have this kind of thing, approximation technique used. But for filling the blanks and all kind of problems where you just need to write whether it is less than or greater than, this approximation technique becomes quite easy. Now this 58 and 106, if you notice, then it is quite natural that 58 by 106 will be equal to half. Why 58 by 106 will be equal to half? Not equal to, it's approximately equal to, because 58 ka double is 116. Alright, 58's double is 116. So it is very close to half. It will be something 0.5 in decimal. It will be something, if you do it in your calculator, it will be 0.5, and then it will be something 4 and something more. It will be long. Anyway, that's about that part. If you use that in calculator only, then that would be different. However, in this case, if you see, this is 93, which is almost 90, right? And this is 429. Let us say approximate it into 400. So as you can see, 90 by 400, if this is one time, then this would be more than 4 times, right? If 90 is one time, then 400 is more than 4 times, because 100 into 4 is 400. So 90 into 4 is how much? 360. So obviously it is more than 400. So we can write that this is approximately greater than 1 by 4. Right? So now look at this number. The numerators are same or not? This is 1, this is also 1, And what is the denominator here? This is 2 and this is 4. So since denominator here half is smaller, hence this fraction will be a greater one, will be larger than this fraction. Hence you can say that this one, the first one, is less than 93 by 429 is less than 58 by 106, and that is how approximation is done. Now, did I use any multiplication or anything? But my answer is correct. You can divide them and you can check it in the calculator, but my answer will be correct. Alright, and you will see that this kind of approximation actually helps very much, a lot. And in competitive exams and all these, this kind of approximations becomes very necessary, because their time का बात होता है, time बहुत कम time में करना पड़ता है, ठीक है? So anyway, that's it for today. We have done the comparison, how to compare them. The numerator equal, when the numerators are equal, then we look at the denominator. So whichever denominator is smaller, that fraction will be greater. If the denominators are equal, then we look at the numerators, right? Whichever numerator is greater, that is greater. That is quite simple. And similar, then the third one, cross multiplication. We observe the numbers, we don't always multiply. For example, if you have numbers like this, then the multiplication becomes quite easy. Let me give you an example of that. Say for example, you have a single digit number, say 5 on the numerator for instance, and then you have 1070, then you have here 4, and then you have 972. What are you going to do? Are you going to multiply it? Which technique? No, don't multiply it, because what will happen? Because 5 into 972 and 1070 into 4 will be very tough, right? So we have to equalize the numerator. No, because in numerator equalization also you have to multiply the same thing. You have to multiply this with 4, you have to multiply this with 4, you have to multiply this with 5, you have to multiply this with 5. So why multiply 4 times instead of multiplying only 1 time, right? So you can just check it by single multiplication. For example, you can just multiply this into 4. So what will be that equal to? That will be equal to 4280. Okay, and what will be the multiplication of 972 into 5? That will be equal to 4860. Okay, so which number is greater? This is greater, this is smaller. So this is smaller. Here also we have to give the smaller sign. Same. Done. So see where multiplication helps. Alright, and try to do the doubling and half of big numbers. Alright, try to do it yourself, that will help you, and I will tell you the technique someday else. Thank you. For today, we'll have our next class the next day.